Greetings, and welcome to the Fortress of Dorkness, the nerdy nexus for your geeky needs. I'm your host, Christian Villarreal. As we know, many films have hidden throwbacks, homages, and references often called Easter eggs. These can be inside jokes, mishaps, or even strange coincidences. In lieu of this fact, we present a little segment called Hidden Treasures to showcase some of the rarities you may not have noticed. First up, we've selected The Goonies. This 1985 Richard Donner film is just bloated with hidden gems that pay tribute not only to the other pirate adventures, but to some of the filmmakers involved. We counted 46 references in this movie, but for the sake of time, simplicity, and most likely lethargy, we cut it down to 19. Why not an even 20? Didn't you hear me when I said lethargy? 1. The Indiana Jones Fedora. Robert Davi wears this iconic hat when leaving the county jail in the opening of the film, a reference to Steven Spielberg's Raiders of the Lost Ark. 2. James Bond. Data is wearing a belt that says 007. This is a reference to not only the titular character of the James Bond franchise, but also to producer Spielberg's interest in making a Bond film at that time. 3. Superman. You may notice, or not, that Mikey has Superman bedsheets and a Clark Kent standee thing on his bedside table. This is all in reference to director Richard Donner's Superman films of the 1970s. There's another reference later on, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I told you do not have jurisdiction over that bridge. Stop trolling me. 4. Michael Jackson. Mikey mentions Michael Jackson to Chunk.
More amazing than the time Michael Jackson came over to your house to use the bathroom.
A reference to Steven Spielberg's friendship with the infamous singer. If you don't know who Michael Jackson is, then quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And if you don't know that reference, there's really no hope for you at this point. 5. FLINTS. Oh boy, here comes a big one that's hidden in plain sight and often overlooked. A tavern sign hanging on the wall says FLINTS, referring to the pirate captain of Treasure Island, whose map sets off the events of the book. Our heroes find One-Eyed Willie's map under this very sign, jump-starting the film. This is one of the many nods to the Robert Louis Stevenson novel, another of which would be One-Eyed Willie personifying the character of Captain Flint. 6. Captain Hook. In another nod to a famous pirate captain, Mouth is dressed up like the Disney depiction of Captain James Hook. Steven Spielberg would later go on to direct Hook, a quasi-sequel to Disney's Peter Pan of 1991.
Are you ready for me, Peter?
Stop cutting away from me! 7. E.T. and KUBRICK. Not all references refer to what is in the frame, but might actually refer to the frame itself, such as this subtle reference to Spielberg's E.T. and the styles of filmmaker Stanley Kubrick as the boys ride their bikes in this shot. Are we stretching? Maybe. But if our minds thought of it, maybe theirs did too. Subtlety, kids. It's awesome. 8. The Great Escape. When the water cooler drops into the hidden passage of the fire escape, this is a nod to the film The Great Escape when the soldiers use a coffee can in the same way. XI. Ted Grossman.
Who?
Go away, Korath! Ted Grossman. Jeez. Ted Grossman is a stuntman and an actor who has worked on numerous Spielberg projects. Obviously, we've included him here for a reason. He just happens to be the dead FBI agent that they find in the freezer. Dies Chunk stories. During the scene, Chunk confesses to some rather absurd childhood crimes. However, some of these ludicrous stories reference actor Jeff Cohen's real life. Interestingly, the puking story is actually a prank from producer Spielberg's youth. Gross. Wait, are we showing that? 11. The Oakland Raiders. See, we brought it back. Lovable Sloth is seen throughout the majority of the film wearing a shirt from the football team, the Oakland Raiders. This isn't because he's a Raiders fan. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, this is actually a tribute to Sloth actor John Matuzak, who played the defensive end for the Raiders. 12. Gremlins. In this scene, the sheriff clearly makes reference to another Chris Columbus penned classic, Gremlins.
Just like that last prank about all those little creatures that multiply when you throw water on them.
13. Holy Mackenzie. This is an obvious reference to Chris Farley's famous show from Tommy Boy, Holy Shnikes. Now on to 14. What? What do you mean I can't say that? What do you mean it's not in the script? Sean Astin's character, Mikey, cries out, Holy Mackenzie. Astin's brother's name is Mackenzie Astin. To clarify, this is not a Tommy Boy reference as I was led to believe. Someone lied to me, and they will rule the day.
No! Holy Mackenzie!
14. Again, pirate ship. The pirate ship seen in the film is actually modeled after the ship from the Errol Flynn movie, The Seahawk. After filming, the ship's parts were recycled into the Disney-themed ride, Pirates of the Caribbean. Tragically, Jack Sparrow could not be reached for comment.
But you have heard of me.
Must you cut away from me every time I mention another movie? 15. lovable, huggable, cuddlable sloth's now infamous cry is a reference to the 1971 TV series The Electric Company. 16. Superman. Again. No! I said I wasn't paying your damn toll! God, Booster City paid you already. Anyway, 16 is the most famous and obvious reference in the entire movie, where Sloth is on that pirate ship with his brothers and they're doing that jump rope gag, and then Sloth decides to rip open his shirt and he's got the Superman symbol right here, and then John Williams' theme score from the Superman film kicks in and you bring this entire movie to a whole new level of awesome, all in tribute to the director Richard Donner.
We're in deep shit now, Francis.
Oh, shit.
17, the director's cameo. Speaking of Richard Donner, wait, you started this clip way too early. No, not him. No, not them. Nope. There he is. That's him. The director of the film plays one of the policemen on the beach. 18, the octopus. Data mentions an octopus to the reporter on the beach, but this is actually in reference to a scene that was left on the cutting room floor involving the giant sea animal. I've seen enough hentai to know why that was cut out. What? I can't say that either? Why are you stifling my creative juice? 19, R2-D2. R2-D2. The infamous rogue droid of Star Wars fame somehow manages to find himself in a variety of films. Here at the fort, we keep our eyes out and our ears open for this sneaky little guy.
Dukes, eyes peeled, ears to the ground.
Really? You're gonna cut away from this clandestine mug again? This cameo might be his slyest yet. The ship seen sailing off at the end of the film is actually a model, though not seen in the film itself. Archive images show the little droid hanging out on the deck of the ship. Sneaky little punum. There you have it, 19 references just for you. As we said, the film is riddled with Easter eggs, and we hope you go out and seek them yourself. If you have any questions, comments, snotty remarks, leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on our Facebook and Twitter. This has been the Fortress of Dorkness. I'm Christian Villarreal, and as always, never fear the dork up here.